To take us on this journey in the next few minutes is our esteemed speaker and the person of Mr. Wole Ajimisinmi. He is currently the executive director, Lagos Business Directorate, Wema Bank. Just to give us a brief background about him. He is an experienced banking professional with over 25 years of experience in legal banking, financial risk mitigation, commercial lending, transaction structuring, mergers and acquisition, cross-border business advisory, and classified asset recovery across different business jurisdictions. Having started his career as a solicitor for law firms, he began his journey in banking with Prudent Bank. He led the legal team that worked on the successful consolidation of 5 banks, which included Prudent Bank PLC, EIB International Bank PLC, Cooperative Bank PLC, Bond Bank PLC, and Reliance Bank Limited to form Skybank PLC. Thereafter, he went on to serve as head legal services department for Skybank, overseeing legal services for the 2007 branches of the bank, and became the corporate secretary and legal advisor of Wema Bank, where he oversaw responsibility of preferring opinions on all legal related issues, including but not limited to securitization of credits, deal structuring, and later as divisional head of corporate services with supervision over 6 departments. That's the legal services, investor relations, general admin services, board secretariat, brand marketing, communication, property management. Mr. Ajimisinmi currently has responsibilities for business development and supervises Lagos Business Directorate comprising 54 branches, 5 regional offices, business portfolios in excess of 240 billion naira. He also works on part-time basis for an American company, Sky Enterprises LLC, based out of Jacksonville, Florida, managing the portfolio of all assets in their Nigerian operations. He's got very varied local and international professional and academic qualifications. So at this point in time, without wasting more time, please join me as we welcome our speaker for today, Mr. Wole Ajimisinmi. So I'll call you on you, sir. You can start, but once our pastor comes on board, we might just seek a few minutes of your time, if that's okay by you. Mr. Ajimisinmi, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Otunla. It's really a great pleasure. There is really nothing I will say today that might not have been said, that we not have known. But as we all know, this is an unprecedented period in the life of the individual, in the life of the nation, and in the life of the whole world. Unprecedented in the sense that we have not seen a period like this before. But history tells us that at every turn, when there is a recession, when there is a crisis, people have come out a lot better. They have reinvented themselves and used the platform of the crisis to come out better. And that's what we are hoping for. You know, for some of us that are children of the Bible, we know about the children of Isaac. The Bible says they know what Israel ought to do. So Israel was never stranded. And that is the prayer for us as children of God, that even during this period, we will not be stranded. And that's why this is very germane that we are doing this, just to share thoughts with ourselves on what the plan is for the country, the plan is for the individual, and the trend of things. So we are hoping that we'll be able to share experience with ourselves, and then, okay, let me see. I'm told that my camera is too close. I hope it's better now. Okay. I hope we'll be able to share experience. As I said, there's nothing new that I'm going to say that we will not have known. but that there could be one or two things that we can pick up that will make us restart our life or recalibrate our career as career people. So for me, I would like to set the context by way of outline. I will also talk about the new world order, the new normal, as they say. I will delve into how businesses can reinvent themselves. And then finally, I will also talk about the individuals who are career persons. You are working, you are unemployed, or you are underemployed. There are ways you can reinvent yourself during this period so that you continue to be relevant. As I was saying, this period is unprecedented. COVID is both a health crisis and as well as an economic crisis. And that should instruct us on how we should recalibrate our life. Some time ago, I had the privilege of visiting the country called China. And in my hotel room, there's a pamphlet that I saw in there. And they were trying to speak to the ingenuity of the Chinese. And from that pamphlet, I saw that the world crisis consists of two characters. The first character is translated to the word danger, and the second character in the word crisis in Chinese is translated to the word opportunity. So, roll into crisis that we have, both economic and health, there is danger and there is opportunity, and we must not overlook the danger in it, because truly it's very dangerous. As you can see, our Father in the Lord in the January says this year the world will be convulsing, and truly it appears the world is convulsing. So we must address the danger, and we must take personal responsibilities for our safety, both for us, the business that we run, our family, and the rest. But in it also, as I said, in the world crisis, there's a lot of opportunities. I see that most Christians are too scared of the danger, and we are no longer seeing the opportunities inherent in COVID. And I'm hoping that in this webinar, we'll be able to speak to one or two of those opportunities. As I said, COVID is a health crisis. It's also an economic crisis. Economic crisis in the sense that the world over, there is almost a recession. Nigeria is projected to go into recession in third quarter, and that recession will last for at least the fourth quarter of the year. If you are lucky, we'll begin to see a rebound by the first quarter of 2021. Jobs are being lost. Small businesses are packing up. But in it all, there is opportunity. So for the rest of this discussion, I would like to focus on what are the things, how do we react as individuals? How do we react as a business owner? And how do we react as career people? It is important for us to know that the way we see this crisis, the way we view it, will inform and impact on the way we react. I'm sure we also know that governments all over the world are pumping money into economies. Nigeria today, from the last count, government is earmarking about 2.3 trillion. The U.S. economy, for instance, have seen palliatives to the tune of about $7.something trillion, and that goes around for the world. You may want to ask me, this money, where is it going to? In the same depressed economy, in the same way people are locked down, countries and economies are pumping out money. Where is it going? So that should for a designing individual, we should pull back and think that if government is pumping out money to reflate the economy, this money is going to be cascaded into the hands of individuals. So meaning that yes, there's crisis, but there is certainly a lot of opportunities. So when we said to reinvent ourselves, what do we mean? Reinventing our business, reinventing our careers as individuals. A new world order has come, no doubt. Even when the health crisis is resolved today, maybe by the introduction of vaccine, a lot of things that has happened, people will not go back to the old ways. And I will speak first to our leaders in the church, that if we are expecting that things will go back to the way we used to have it, we will probably be in full paradise. I think as businesses are being encouraged to reinvent, as individuals are being encouraged to reinvent, churches and leaders and church leaders are also being asked to reinvent the way we deliver the gospel. And I think some things have come to stay. Thank God we have this platform that we are using today. A lot of night vigils are done online today. So we really encourage church leaders to begin to embed this way of reaching our congregation into our system and make it a permanent feature. Not that we are waiting for COVID to come to an end and we go back to the way we used to do things. Of course, we want the health crisis to be over. That's what we are praying for. But when the crisis is over, things are not going to remain the same. A new world order has come to stay. And the earlier we embrace it, the earlier we recalibrate our life within the ambit of the new world order, the better for us. So when we talk about reinventing, we are talking about adaptability. How adaptable are we to the new environment that we have seen? How do we adjust the way we do things to conform to the new order? It's not going to go away. Even when vaccine is discovered tomorrow, some infrastructure that have been created in terms of IT, people are working from home. They've tasted it. They are not going to go back to the way we used to do things. So we are saying that businesses must adapt, and the people who will do well in the new world order are thinkers, people who can think, people who can listen to the message that's being sent in the environment. For a business, for instance, if you are, for instance, the owner of a neighborhood supermarket that we used to cross the road and go and buy, but because of COVID, I go out less. If that neighborhood supermarket does not reinvent, meaning if it does not rethink how it reaches customer, it will be left in the cold. And even for career people, some jobs are being redefined. Take banking, where I work. Tellers, supervisors, people that work in the banking hall. Today, most banks are trying to take customers away from the banking hall, brick and mortar, and put them on the online platform. Don't even come to us. Do your business on the app. And more services are being put on the digital platform today. So if a teller who serves customer, if he doesn't reinvent himself or herself by way of retraining and reskilling, he will wake up one day and gradually bank will reduce teller from 4 to 2, from 2 to 1. And before you know it, self-service. Every service is cut off. So it's a call that a teller at this point must reinvent. What do I mean by reinventing? Is adapting the skills that you have to be able to be relevant in the new world order. The new world order has come, and it's about and it's here to stay. There are steps to adaptability, to reinventing. Firstly, is that you must accept the change, that this is a reality. There is no point fighting it. It has come. If you don't embrace it, you cannot retune yourself towards recalibrating your career and your business. So the first advice I will give to all of us, either you are a business owner, you are a career person, you are a church leader, is that we must accept that this has come to change the world. Again, I will emphasize, we are praying for the health crisis to be over. But when the health crisis is over, the way we do things will not go back to the way we were doing it before. So firstly, we must ensure that we embrace the change, and we also must observe the signal in the system. I will talk about this a little bit more when I come to addressing business owners in terms of the message in the environment. Every day, despite the noise, despite everything, messages is being sent out in terms of customer preferences, what people need, the changing environment. If you are not careful and if you are not listening, we just gloss over what is happening. And then we wake up one day and we'll be asking what the younger ones will call jam question. Who moved my cheese? Without knowing that your cheese has moved, while people are saying, I'm staying at home because of COVID. I'm waiting for the pandemic to be over. Meanwhile, the business landscape has been reconfigured and some people are left behind. And then we'll be asking, who moved my cheese? We must adjust our skills. We must adjust our products to be in line with the new world order. I want to address business owners at this point. Are you a business owner? What should you be thinking about? I think the greatest issue for the business owner today is survival. Businesses have been impacted, and of course they are impacted in different ways. It hits some very hard. If, for instance, you are a owner of a what they call them now, you own where they do parties. Okay, so if you own such today,
event centers.
Sorry.
Event centers.
Event center. Thank you very much. If you're an event center owner, and for the last 4 months, your event center has been shut down, as a business owner, how should you reinvent your business? So depending on the business that you do, it is time for the business owner to pull back and think. And that's the work of leader. In every job, in any business, there is the thinking side and there is the working side. Working is for workers. But the thinking, the reinventing, the strategy is for the owners, the leadership in the business. So it's a call on you as owner of a business today to rethink, how do I reorganize my business? We must remember, what made you money yesterday may not make you money today in the COVID era. If a neighborhood supermarket owner that people go into to buy, if he's waiting and he doesn't reinvent himself, he will wake up one day that all the customers that used to come in to buy things in that neighborhood supermarket are now ordering the same product online, are now having deliveries to their doorstep. So it's losing customer. And as business owner, we must realize that despite the cacophony of the noise out there, despite the hulu-baloo of the environment, of lockdown, of quarantine, of COVID, businesses are being reordered. Customer preferences are changing. Customer needs are also changing. If you don't pay attention to listen to the voice behind the noise, you will wake up post-COVID and you have lost your business. You have lost your customer. So I am asking you as a business leader to pull back and think and look at your environment, critically, because every day businesses are being reshaped, so that you don't find yourself left out. I'm asking you to pull back, think, do the thinking side of the job. Secondly, for a business leader, you must do impact analysis of COVID on your business. As I said, COVID lands on individuals and businesses in different ways. Some are truly very, very impacted. I mentioned if you are a hotel owner, for instance, if you are a gym owner, for instance, if you don't reinvent, and happily enough, I bank an owner of a gym. Since the COVID have started, nobody is coming in anymore. Quickly, they are now doing online classes, online workouts, and they are now selling more products that they can deliver to people's home that will help them keep fit. So that's a business that have reinvented themselves. I also bank an event center owner who, because of the lockdown, they cannot do any event center. It's now doing online planning, online events planning. Today we have parties on Zoom, birthday parties on Zoom, wedding parties on Zoom. And there are people who are planning this event. So, and it's reinventing the business model. There are two areas where a business owner needs to reinvent. You must reinvent your business model. What do I mean by business model? How do you make money? How you make money might have been impacted by COVID. So you must think through. As I said before, what made you money yesterday certainly may not make you money today. You must reinvent your business model in terms of what makes money. You must also reinvent your operating model, how you operate. What do I mean by how you operate? If you are delivering before, if you are using people brick and mortar to serve, you may have to reconsider your operating model today. Your delivery channels is very key. How you reach your customer might have changed. You must rethink it and do it in a cost-efficient manner. And this will come out of your impact analysis. You must also look at your cost of doing business as a business owner. Today is not, this period is not a period for a luxury for business. It's a period for survival. You must be able to cut out things that are not important. Even at this period, capital expenditure should be suspended, in my view. Any capital expenditure that will not generate more money may have to wait at this point. And you look critically into your operating model, operating expenses, to see how you can cut out fat. You must look at your staff. Not everybody needs to work from home. Today, not everybody needs to work from the office. People are working from home. People are doing remote working, and they are taking part-time work. Even in Nigeria, I have one or two businesses that were full-time before. Today, they are doing part-time, meaning that come to work for 4 hours a day rather than 8 hours a day. Because really and truly, if we think critically, what a lot of us come to do in 8 hours, we can work from home and achieve the same result on the part-time basis within a 4-hour period, and we are done. So to the business owner, I will also advise you at this time, be close to your bankers, because you may need to restructure your loan. You may need to elongate the tenure of your facility. You may need to have interest reduction. You may need to term out your loan for a longer period. So I will say to you, please be closer to your bank. Last thing for the business owner, that's what is called business continuity plan. What is business continuity plan? That's a plan for prevention and recovery of your business from a potential threat. COVID is truly a potential threat to every business. So a business must have a BCP, business continuity plan. And if you don't have, as a small business owner, you know the threats your business face, you must have mitigants that can help you mitigate the effect of the pandemic. So you must come up, no matter how crude that is, every business at this point needs a business continuity plan. There are some businesses today that are thriving, and that's really where the opportunity lies. E-commerce, for instance. For the young ones who are coming up, this is the period where you should look critically at the skills that you have. Maybe you want to begin to build websites for businesses, because most businesses are going online. Delivery business. There's a neighborhood supermarket near my house in Lagos. They got in a couple of young guys that using bicycle to deliver items to the neighborhood. As I said, the neighborhood supermarket Reinvented and decided to create an e-commerce platform that people can go online, same supermarket, and you can order, and they hire a couple of young guys who go on bicycle, not even Okada, bicycle, and they use it to deliver. So for the business owner, your delivery channels, and for the people who are looking for a job, website design. Today, a lot of businesses, schools are cutting over to online schooling. Some of these schools will create a platform for learning. You are a developer. You are a social media enthusiast. Today, there is social media marketing, digital marketing everywhere. These are things that you used before. You are conversant with the digital platform. You are born into it. You are a digital native. You are not an alien like some of us. Put that into better use. Begin to help companies around you to design their website, to put their products on the website, to begin to organize delivery channels for them. These are the ways businesses will remain relevant in a post-COVID era. If you are very savvy, you can begin to train yourself to become a cyber security. Gone are the days when people are not coming to, for instance, people are not coming to banks anymore. So if you are a security guard guarding a bank and the bank has been locked down, so what happens to you? Is it possible you begin to convert that your skill and begin to become a cyber security, preventing people from hacking into businesses of people? So the security has moved from being a guard to online security. Of course, different skills is needed, but people will not lose their job ultimately. And that's really why in a lot of places where people say, oh, technology, digitization, robotics will make people lose job. No, really. It will not make you lose your job. It will only force you to change your skill set. If physical guards manning a bank is no longer there, but people will still man their business, and they will have cybersecurity experts. Why don't you begin to change your skill set and be relevant in the circumstance? For the people who are working, employed, unemployed, underemployed, your reinventing yourself speaks to your adapting your skill set to what is the skill set that is required at this time. The skill demand is changing, and you must change your skill set. So it is a period where you must recalibrate your skill. I think the greatest tragedy I see is that a lot of us are using yesterday's skills for today's challenges. It doesn't work that way. If you don't want to be left behind, you must focus, one, on self-development. There are a lot of books, a lot of free online resources, webinars, coaching online, videos online that can teach you skills. So I'm calling on you to self-develop yourself, develop your digital platform skills. It will help you. Networking, friends who are better than you. It is important for you to stay close to them. Acquire digital skills. I've mentioned that. Use the internet, the how-to videos, attend free webinars, coaching videos. Again, at this time, it would be nice for you to focus on multiple streams of income as a career person. Your side hustle, they call it, the young one says side hustle. You must focus on side hustle. One or two things to do. One or two jobs doesn't kill. People who are adults are doing more than one job today. Finally, because my time is up, I will encourage all of us as we reimagine our career, as we reimagine our businesses, to think the opportunities in this environment. As I said before, may we not be stranded. As the children of Isaac taught Israel, know and show them the way on what to do at every particular time. May we all not be stranded. Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. We are indeed very grateful. Thank you for the insights. And I have to admit, I have been writing quite a lot of notes, trying to note the various highlights and guidance that you've given us. And the Bible says, in the multitude of counsel, there is safety, indeed. So at this point in time, I just want to, before we go into question and answer, and please note, just to provide some orderliness for the question and answer, it would be good if you can just type your questions and send it to us. This platform has that facility. And of course, where we can't achieve that, we'll try and recognize us in an orderly manner. I just want to use this opportunity to call on our Father in the Lord, Pastor Ade Omokorede, to speak to us at this point in time. He was going to talk to us initially, but due to some technology challenges. But before we go into Q&A, I think it'd be a good time for Pastor to talk to us. I yield the floor to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My appreciation goes to our beloved brother, Wole, for the time and the words of wisdom God has used you to pass across to us this evening. My job was actually to welcome everyone to the platform, but because of the little disappointment we had in connecting, so I couldn't do that. All right, having said that, I would like to point out, let me also say a big thank you to the Men's Fellowship for providing a platform like this. We pray that God will bless you all in Jesus' name. Now, Bro Wole raised an issue, and that it has to do with the leadership of the church. He advised us to embrace the New World Order. So just for the information of our men, particularly men, for the past 3 months, we've been online, hosting a lot of programs, including Digging Deep, including daily prayer meeting, except on Saturdays and Sundays. So please, we appeal to all our men. Words of wisdom have been passed across to us. There is also the place for God every morning endeavor to commit your daily activities into the hands of God by joining us between 6 and 6:30 a.m. Men are guilty of this. All elders have been joining us, youth have been joining us, women have been joining us. It's only the men that have not been joining us. So I'm challenging you, and I pray that you will take up this challenge in Jesus' name. Thank you so much to everyone that has come to be part of this program. I would like to request that we have a second part. It appears that the 30 minutes allotted to the facilitator is not sufficient. If we can have a second part. Then during the second part, sir, if you are able to advise us on how to access loans or grants, whether from the government or from commercial banks. I know that quite a lot of funds have been allocated for this post-COVID stop. So we will appreciate if you can help us open the eyes of our people. I put a link on the platform of workers, I think about a month or two ago. Only one person responded. I'm glad to announce to you that some people have accessed this fund. The handful of people that clicked on the link has gotten money. They've gotten at least 2 million naira. So I think our eyes should be open to all this so that we don't think that we are praying and nothing is happening. There's a place for prayer. There's also the place for action. The Bible says that faith without works. I think that's all for this segment. Thank you, and thank you once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you for the challenge to the men. Personally, I've noted the timing, and we'll definitely make sure we'll participate going forward. Once more, so this is the question and answer period. I haven't seen any question yet. It's also an opportunity also for comment. Could you please let us know if you do have a question? I just want to quickly note some of the things that our brother shared with us. We were told that despite the various depressed economies globally, the various governments are trying to reflate the economies, and billions of dollars are being pumped into the economies. These inflows will go into people's hands. So we've been encouraged to actually reposition ourselves. And as part of the repositioning, we have been told to also take time to also basically retrain ourselves. And we can do this using opportunities and resources that are already available online. Some of the interesting thing that actually came to my mind as he was talking, he talked about how the world has actually changed, a new world order. I mean, today, for the first time in a long while, you have digital companies like Amazon, Netflix doing better than the brick and mortar company, and that says a lot. Whereas, today, we now see schools also taking place online, not just primary schools. Universities are beginning to reposition themselves in order to remain competitive, to provide services to their stakeholders. Hospitals are also consulting online. Of course, we've been told about the challenges with certain businesses like event centers and the rest. But at the same time, we've been encouraged to think deeply, think differently. And that way, we can actually reposition ourselves and get more opportunities. We've also been told, interestingly, to be close to our bankers. And we've been specifically advised that this affords opportunity to restructure our loans, request for interest reduction, and all the rest like that. And it's all been very good. I've had to reach out to my bankers in First Bank and basically demand a reduction in interest. And this is being favorably considered. And I think this will make a lot of difference even for our various businesses. And they would also be encouraged to develop business continuity plans. I think these are very interesting and very wonderful insights which have been shared, at least this bits and pieces which are gleaned. So once more, please, are there questions, are there comments from anyone? Because I don't have any comment or question here. If you're going to do that, okay, all right. Okay, so I've got questions here. I've got a question here. on the platform. All right. Somebody was going to talk. Do you mind introducing
Yes,
yourself?
sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. It's a nice thing being on the platform. But you didn't mention we senior citizens. What do you have for us? We are just sitting at home, tired sometimes. What do you have that we can do and then be active? Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Did you get a question, Brother Wole? Did you get a question? You're on mute, Brother Wole.
Yes, I got a question about senior citizens.
All right.
So let's take other questions.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So my other questions are, any other question? I've got a question that said opportunities abound at such a time like this, but access to the fund is sometimes a challenge. What loan packages can SMEs catch on to? All right, so these are SME. Can you suggest? Okay, and then would also be asked, thank you so much, sir, for the insight. Please, can you suggest some SME that will be sustainable for us, even if it is production or commerce? Thank you. So this is basically asking for indicative suggestions of SMEs that we could consider. So those are the two questions that I have written now. Any other question on the floor before we Wole answers them? Okay, in the absence of any other one, Wole, you could attend to those three, please.
Okay, thank you very much. The one for senior citizens is a bit very tricky. Maybe I will pass that one to Pastor for his experience, with his experience to answer that. The one for SME loan package, sincerely at this time, there are a lot of opportunities in the SME space. Beyond the palliatives from CBN and the government generally to help SMEs, banks themselves have identified that SME remains the fulcrum of development of any economy, and they are supporting. So there are a plethora of opportunities. There is a health sector loan. Basically, there are loans geared towards hospitals, people who are buying and selling, at very, reduced interest rate, because the bankers realize at this point that we need to reflate the economy. We need to keep the buying and selling going. So today, a lot of products are there for you, and that's why I said this period for the small business owner, please be very close to your bankers for advice and for guidance. As to the businesses that you can go into as an SME, today there's a concept called deglobalization, meaning that people, particularly look at China. China is the manufacturer of the world. They manufacture for everybody in the world. Coronavirus started from China, and that has sort of begun to affect China in terms of, let's begin to look inward. Let's begin to do things ourselves. So for you as a small SME, are there little things you can begin to produce? Take the hand sanitizer, for instance, or the reagents that are used to produce sanitizers that are used to do for COVID testing. Some young individuals in Lagos are beginning to put it together and produce something. So as an SME, there are opportunities really, and that is really why the greatest advice I can give today is please look closely. A lot of things are happening beyond the noise that you see. Businesses are changing. Plug into it. Think and plug into it. It could be small, and there are banks that are helping. Government has palliative funding for you to do. Gone are the days when banks are not financing startups. Today, if your idea is bankable, you will have one palliative or the other. There is BOI, there is DBN, there is CBN intervention fund, health sector fund, everywhere. So again, I would say, be close to your bankers. They will look at your business model, look at what you need, and appropriately advise you the type of intervention fund that you can apply to. That would be my advice there. For the senior citizens, I will yield that to Pastor Mokorede to answer.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Before Pastor answers, I've got 3 other questions here, and I think they're quite related. First one says, please, sir, we need to know how to access loan for our business. And the second one said, thank you so much, sir. Is this a good time to start a new business in case one doesn't have one before now? And the last one said, please, sir, unlike big businesses that have access to consultants for BCPs, where can small businesses turn to for BCP advisors?
Okay, let me start on BCP, for instance. Sincerely, you as a business owner, I will not advise you in this era to begin to take consultant. There is a lot of resources available on the internet, a lot available. It's just for you to know how to access it. And it's something that you can sit on. To write your BCP, internet provides you a good opportunity. The line of business that you are in, template of BCP, analyzing your own business to know the risk factors, how COVID has impacted your business. Nobody can write a BCP more than you because you know the intricacies of your business. You know the risk factor, where you make money from your business. If this one happens, you know the impact. If this one happens, you know that it can be catastrophic. So you are in a better position to actually write your BCP, guided by the resource that you have on the internet. That for a small business owner, that would be my advice. Not for you to begin to consult a consultant. The money that you'll be asked to pay will be exorbitant for you, but you can get resources online. Even if you have to pay some small amount to buy some things online, it can be compared to engaging a consultant. That would be for BCP. New businesses, believe you me, new businesses, there cannot be a better time to begin to think of a new business than now. You know why? Customer preferences are changing. The way people do things are changing. All that you need to do is identify the problem that people are encountering now. Now that there's a lockdown, people cannot go out. I gave you the example of a neighborhood supermarket that is delivering using bicycle, is putting a couple of guys together. And more businesses will need delivery. They want to take their product to their customers. And so, as a business owner, as a young person who wants to go into business, identify the gaps, the problem people are facing in this COVID era. Don't just be at home and be complaining about not going out, what COVID is doing. Things are happening out there. Get out and listen. The small voice that the business is saying, and from there you can pattern your new business. If you come up with a business today, most banks are supportive. They are receptive of your business idea more than before at this time. And that would be all. Loan for businesses. Again, maybe as Pastor said, we may have to at some point do a second of this where I outline the sources of loan for business, particularly startup and SME, because sincerely I know there are quite a lot. The banks are there. There are some that are for agriculture. There are some that are for manufacturing. There are some that are for raw materials input into manufacturing. Whatever you want to do, there are opportunities. So I think I will take the lead, the signal of our pastor to say maybe we'll do a second one, specifically devoted at sources of raising funds for SMEs. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So mindful of time, and just before I yield to Pastor and Pastor Ajimoko, I had a suggestion here from your end, Wole. I don't know if this is your wife this is from Opeyemi Ajimisinmi. He said a suggestion for senior citizens with experience in different sectors can consult online on their various fields on social media. Thank you very much for this suggestion. So just before I drop off, I just want to reemphasize that one of the things Wole mentioned to us is talked about the fact that COVID-19 made businesses and government to introduce palliatives. All right. Now, one of the palliatives is that they basically made flexible the rules that made it easier for businesses to get facilities and even also reduce some of the stringent requirements and conditions for doing certain things. For instance, I do know in my own area, it's a bit interesting. Even government is so keen to get money in that they are willing to give debt forgiveness for those who are owing taxes. So if your company is owing lots of taxes now, the government is actually willing to basically forgive all the interest and penalty. Because for them, they don't have money. They're like, please bring in the money. We just need it at this point in time. And I think the same thing with banks too. They also want to do businesses. And one of the banks that Wole mentioned was BOI. BOI means Bank of Industry. So like we've been encouraged, let's just make our researches. And thank God we've been given an opportunity to do something similar again. Similar to this event. So at this point in time, just want to say a big thank you to Wole, but I'm sure the pastors will also say a big thank you to you. So I hand over to Pastor Ajimisinmi for the wrap-up and closing remarks. Sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, and many thanks to our speaker, Wole. I believe everyone that attended today's event has something to learn from what the speaker, has given to us. Some key things that I think are very important that we should not forget in today's lesson is that one, the thinking side. We need to make sure that we pay attention to the thinking side of our business and of our life. And I think this is very, very important. The thinking side is very important. Many of us pay so much attention to the working side. We are running up and down trying to make ends meet, try to get things done, but we don't really sit down, to strategize. But just like the speaker has made it very clear to us today, I think we need to pay more attention to this thinking side. Make sure we think and strategize on what is going to work at this particular point in time. Several examples, have been given to us, both the business people and those who are individuals on career basis. For the business people, we have emphasized clearly the need to pay attention to our business model. What makes you money yesterday may not make you money today. And I think we should pay attention to that. Where you were making money from yesterday may not be where you will make money from today. So you need to find out what will work today. And also our operating model. He also talks about the cost model. Do we need to suspend capital expenditure? Do we need to reduce the number of people that are working right now? Do we need to do certain things on part-time basis? And how the need for us to seek opinion of our bankers, of our financial experts around us to make sure that we don't go wrong. So I think these things are very important, and we all benefit from it. And for the career people as well, he has said a lot that we believe that will help everyone who is a career person. And the key thing that he has said, and I think we should take home, is about our skills. The need for us, to look at our skills and reinvent the skills you have. The skill that you had several years ago may not work for you today. So it's very important that you look at your skills and develop what will work today. He has also given us several examples of what will work: digital marketing, website design, delivery logistics, food production, distribution, a lot of things that can work. But there are a lot more. And as we continue in this program, I believe we are going to learn more. Like our pastor said earlier, this is just the maiden edition. Our intention is to make this program a monthly basis, to do it on a monthly basis, and we may even make it bi-weekly as time goes on, depending on how things move. So we want you to key into it and invite others. One thing is very clear: nobody should be jobless. Nobody should be a beggar. There are enough opportunities in Nigeria for everyone to get something done, to do something. But if you don't have the right knowledge, or you don't have the right knowledge that you need to move, you may not be able to move, and you think that is not possible. There are a lot of things that are possible, and I think we have heard part of it today. So once again, we thank our able speaker, Mr. Wole, and as suggested, we are going to have the second edition of this particular one, and we are still going to have other self-development, other topics as time goes on. So let's continue to invite other people to join us. Once again, thank you for coming, and we appreciate the time that you have spent, and I believe that time, has been put into a good use. But let's all not stop there. Everything you have heard today, just take in a moment. I believe you must take note of some things. I've taken my notes. I believe you must start taking your notes as well. Find time, maybe in the night or any time that you have free. Look at some of these things, and actually and work on them, and you will see amazing results. We are going to follow up on people that have attended today, and for those who may have further questions, we are going to create. There will be an email that we are going to advise to everyone, the Goshen Leadership Platform mail, where you can even send your questions to, send your request for advice, and then we can send to some of the professionals, in our midst to also, provide assistance in whatever way we can. Our objective is to make sure that everyone is carried along. Our objective is to make sure that, none of us, is idle. Our objective is to make sure that we all succeed. And my prayer is that we will all succeed in the mighty name of Jesus. So thank you, and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. We're very grateful. Once more, a big thank you to everyone for attending. And I'm sure we'll all written one or two things down. Please, let's not be discouraged if you have any outstanding question that have not been answered. We'll be giving a commitment to have a repeat. But at the same time, let's also think more about what we've been told today so that we can take actions in the coming days. So once more, to Wole, a very big thank you to you for sparing the time. To the leadership of the church, thank you for affording us this platform. We truly appreciate you. And of course, the committee who has all made this a reality for us, we're indeed very grateful. And to all our brethren who's gotten the opportunity to attend, we thank you very much, because without you, we couldn't have made a success of today's event. Thank you. God bless you. Looking forward to reconnecting with you on the same platform very soon. Thank you all. God bless. Thank you.